nga farmer no nga dili na tong farmer nga the usual to makita nga nagkalabaw and then nagkagidlay but sama ni Ma'am Cherilyn Kasuga nga mga farmer.
It's actually, you know, how you make farm sexy, how in running a school there's a pressure of making it really very attractive. Of course, I would not deny that whenever there's scholarship available, there is still the you know that challenge of recruiting, because the young generation now loves to go to the city and do the, you know, the iba yung kanilang direction, no, not anymore. But for farm operators and the businesses owners, we really up to no every day na that we try to be resilient. We do things that it may be so very difficult, but we'd like to see the people. We'd like to make the young generation feel that food security, climate change, it's real, right? The money is there. Hindi lang siya ganun lang kadali, but it takes a lot of creativity as well. So if how you look, if you cannot till the land, then you try to do, it's an agribusiness now. It's not just agriculture production. There is what we call value adding. There's what we call value chain. And there are so many things that you can do in this agriculture food chain. So ang dami, ang dami. So if you cannot till the land, then you go to the marketing, or you do the branding, or you do the processing, or you do waste to energy, whatever, because there are so many things that you can do in the agricultural sector. Agribusiness, I would like to say that. That is just like that, no? But really living with it and providing them the evidences that it can sustain your source of income. That's number one. How you have to incorporate technology and advancement. You have to make them see and appreciate that technology works for them. Innovation is important. Innovation works for them. So it is very possible. Now, if we do benchmarking, kay bisan-bisan ako mangutana ko, ngano man yun maglisod ko og recruit, ngano man yun bisag na ako'y scholarship available, ngano man, dili lang apason ang allowance ba. Number one, wala man sila yuta, or kung naamay yuta, unsaon man, diba? Number two is kinsa may mutabang sa ilaha, no? After the training, what's gonna happen? Wala man gud tay a whole of, there's an ecosystem on that after the training there must be an opportunity for them to engage or to start up with the farm toolkits, you know, all of that, and to assess their land mismo, their soil. You know, it's expensive, no? So when I did benchmarking in other countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, I am so impressed and amazed, makatindig balahibo, of how they work together, of how the government with its socially political will, that they really invest on research and development, and testing. That's very important. And they engage and they involve the private sector. The private sectors really have dako sila og concern sa food security. Dako concern kay sa ilaha nga kailangan ma-advance ta, because this is what is available, the resources. So let's for me, going back to your question, sir, is I just need to show them that it works. When they go to the farm, they see the result of soil testing. This is what it's going to be. You will yield. You have to show them and compute in front of them how to do it. Compute it per square meter, compute it per 100 square meter. What is your cost? How much is your retail price or your market price? You have to have an economic and entrepreneurship mindset to have to instill to them, so they would appreciate and make it simple for them. And that's what my advocacy and my dream, that in all programs that I engage, which currently I have engagement with Malaysia, with Sarawak Skills in Kuching, Malaysia. It's very, very important. We do pilot projects. Kailangan yun eh. Training of trainers, replicate siya, no? Para sustainable siya. And then you present them to the agencies. Kailangan itong grupo na ito ganyan. You really have to do that. You really have to do that. Kasi kung hindi mo siya gagawin, who else and who would do it for you? Until all of us will rely on import. And it is so kami nga na ayuta, it's heartening. It's really sad. Kasi we want also our next generation. I have my son who's actually watching right now, is there. So I want him, magsimula sa pagsama-sama yan eh, para maintindihan niya na ito yung ginagawa natin. So he felt that there's a need to make it attractive, and so he gives his inputs like, Mommy, you have to make it attractive. Mommy, you have to use apps. Mommy, you have to use like this. Mommy, data analysis. That's data analytics. You have to combine that. You don't know? Know it. Learn it. Study it. Ana gani siya. So, and then I hope that with the way that I'm delivering my message now, it will also encourage you. Why not try it? Diba? Sa ato ang 100 square meters, simulan natin sa backyard. Diba? Bili ka ng seeds. Tingnan nga natin, i-imply nato, mag-organic fertilizer tayo. Try natin. Wala namang masama. You can start like that. Make it part of your daily life. And then you replicate that hanggang sa mag-ano. But don't stop. Don't stop. Yun lang po. Yun lang. I'm into that. I'm into the agri-technology. I'm into advancement. I'm into partnerships. I'm into pilot testing. And that's what I'm doing. We're doing at Kasuga Integrated School. And the same with the dairy. Milk, we can only supply 2%, right? So, sukul ko sa milk feeding program. Sukul ko, ana, I can only produce 170, 200 liters a day. But helping the dairy farmers, helping and consolidating milk, then that will help them a lot. If you have a program, share it. Para makinabang lahat. That's what it means to be community-based. Of course, we should stop being community-based. It has to have an economies of scale. How you reach that? You have to have technology incorporated. Sorry, I talked too much. But that's it, actually. Sorry. Ever since nga nagsugod ko as a farm school, but ako ang family is engaged in the fruit selling business. So to start that, and we have a farm in Purok 5, Barangay Malagos. So it's a 25-hectare farm. So it's a working farm. Yung among partnership, when I started actually with the school farm, with the farm school, 2020, ang first ko talaga na nilapitan, no? Ako ang giadtuan gyud si Agricultural Training Institute, ang ATI, no, to capacitate us on what we need to do. And then we have been accredited as an integrated diversified farming, no, category. And then the engagement later on with Department of Agriculture is through the partnerships and convergence effort, also being a partner of SM Foundation as a training service provider for the Kapalikat sa Kabuhayan on sustainable agriculture way back 2020. So we were able to train 100 farmers, no? And of course, with that convergence, it's like a whole of nation approach. That was year of 2020. That was the pandemic. I just opened my school where everybody closed, no? So it was interesting because the relationship and the convergence engagements simula noon, no, ng 2020, wala na siya yun nawala because of the partnerships and activities that we do together, programs that we do together. So that it means a lot for us as a farmer. As of course, you don't believe me that I'm a farmer, but you know, as an operator, no, being the eldest of the family, you know, that we have a working farm. We grow cacao, we grow coconut, we have a dairy farm, and that is where we started to whatever the enterprise na among gina-develop, always that we partner with the government agency. So with the training, we have ATI and TESDA. With our aquaculture, because we are an accredited hatchery here in Davao, we partner with BFAR. And in terms of the dairy, when my father started 8 years ago, we partnered with National Dairy Authority. So what I'm trying to say is, kung kumusta ang relationship, it's very, very good to know that agencies such as Department of Agriculture, which is the most critical, I would say, running an enterprise with different agricultural commodities, very, very important ng engagements natin. Sometimes we feel that we don't know where to go, how to do things, but it's a partnership. So we give and then we take and then we help. With the different agencies such as DA and NDA and ATI, they help you capacitate. They help you bridge opportunities. They link you with the market and network. So I believe that should be more sustainable. So that's why kami sa private sector, we always look for opportunities, and our entrepreneurship mindset is there because they teach us as well to do that. Not only that, we have DTI as well, doing the financial literacy training. We do capacitate also our farmers. So it's like an ecosystem that we try to build and sustain. So far, everything is going so well, and we just hope that whatever changes, the mandato and whatever, sana magpadayon siya na there will always be network and linkages available for us. That will really go back to being a business side, and study your accounting and financial aspect, of running your operations, from production to value adding to distribution, everything in your agribusiness. That's why it's very important. It will really affect, because especially nga kasagaran pata dili pata mechanized. So rely pa ta sa manual labor, naga-rely pa ta sa atong mga nagpabili na mga farmer workers, nag-rely pa ta sa ila, and then they get old. Right? So, muna, as an owner, you have to find ways of how you can minimize the cost, because you cannot get away with what is mandated by law. Diba? You cannot get away with that. So, as a good business partner, and as a good compliant citizen, na you give what's due to your neighbor. You give what's due sa imong isig katao. It's very important that we comply because we trust our rules, that there's value in it. So, ang atoa lang, we don't want to get away with that. We don't want to go against of what is mandated, but to work with it, to find ways and solutions. That's why innovation is not only just about investing and spending. Innovation is also be applicable of how you can minimize your cost by seeing and evaluating your practices. If it's not working, why are you doing it? So if it has to have a value, kung baka diri maka-minimize ta. So there's an effect, but there's also an opportunity to better your process, to find and to evaluate asa ka maka-improve and develop. That's why it is very important. I encourage the farmers, farm owners to document, to do data, to gather data. Kapoy man siya, but you have no choice. When you want to improve and develop your process, you go back to your data and to find asa the DMIC approach, define, measure, assess, diba? And then you test if it's going to work that way. It's an ongoing process. Yes, definitely it will affect.
When you add, I think when you use technology in value adding, example, agriculture, will it also cost them more money, and will it also affect the value of those agricultural crops? And if that's so, ano po yung possible na mangyayari dito on maybe selling it into the markets or the normal markets or ganun pong style?
Let me give you an example to that so that we can appreciate it. Milk, 2%. So there's really very, very bad or very low supply. Because why? We don't have a lot of dairy farmers. Dairy farms, right? But we have dairy farmers. I run a school that trains dairy farm assistantship. It only 25 days. Nimplug pa ko. But most of them, it capacitates you to know how to run and manage, start a dairy farm. Ngayon, yung gatas, sabi ko, kasi nag-start kami, meron kaming dairy farm. Nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, there are farm processors. They were forced to close down or cut workers, because of the limitation. Ngayon, that did not stop me. So being creative, so I talk with NDA and paano tong mga gatas na ito. So ang ginawa namin, nag-process kami ng gatas. So when you say what's gonna happen, it will add value to your milk. Before you're selling your raw milk at 35 pesos, now you can sell your processed milk at 130, 100 pesos. So definitely there's value. Ngayon, ma'am, syempre may cost yun. You have to buy your bottle, your gasol, your everything, di ba? Kasi let's say pasteurized, simple, pasteurized milk lang. Pero pag ikwenta mo, you can earn. Ngayon, next mo, distribution and logistics. Kanino ko to ibenta? So therefore, you have to capacitate and learn how to do social media marketing. You do advertising. So as an entrepreneur, you have to do it Kasi, nobody is selling milk as much as we need to process because dili man mo undang ang baka o pagkakas. Asa ni may pangyabonin mo ni? So, and then you have to see value of this milk. What is the nutritional value? And what is, syempre, you have to advocate that it's local milk. So now, you're completing now the story that now I'm creating a high value milk. It comes from a single origin dairy farm. You have your own milk, you process it, you distribute, you sell it, that's your own farm. Ngayon, if there's a demand, you can consolidate the milk. So, we're not really a milk drinkers diba? There are those yogurts. You can make yogurts as well. So I explored also the yogurts. Ang dami. Cheese, we do Quezon Puti as well. And somebody, we B2B business na siya. One business owner is getting from us the Quezon Puti to make their bibingka. So, hindi mo alam na maraming opportunities. And doon lang sa kitchen mo ginagawa. We started in the kitchen, home base. So, there is value. There is pangkabuhayan na pwede. So, yun. It's good.
Last na lang. So are we urging also farmers to upskill themselves so that they could add more value?
Definitely, sir. We need to upskill. We need to study. We need to do research. We need to try it ourselves. And do not be pessimistic.